First full day in office, related demonstrations in U.S. history. A sea of protesters, mostly women, marching on Washington today. Organizers and other officials claiming big turnout. And not just here in the nation's capital, millions marched in cities around the country, from Los Angeles to St. Louis, Chicago to Boston. And take a look at the map. Those protests dotting the nation. An estimated 670 events taking place worldwide. This woman echoing today's themes of solidarity and defiance. Her sign, treat women with respect. ABC's Matt Gutman has been following the movement all day, and he starts us off.
Tonight, that boisterous condemnation of President Donald Trump filling the site of Friday's inauguration with a sea of pink beanies. Officials estimate about 500,000 demonstrators, but organizers believe 750,000 crammed into the city. The presidential motorcade passing right by some of those protesters. This was the view from the press pool. That massive demonstration anchored by the kind of A-list celebrities that snubbed President Trump.
Welcome to the revolution of love.
But those thousands bearing placards with individual messages like girls just want to have fundamental rights and strong women equals strong world.
Streams of humanity are basically converging on this sea of people wearing pink beanies, all of them moving towards the White House.
Scenes like the march in Washington repeated across the country. Demonstrators coming out by the thousands. ABC's Mara Schiavo-Campo at one of the biggest rallies in New York.
Here in Trump's hometown, organizers say the crowds are exceeding the 150,000 people expected. The turnout's so large, the city has to open up additional streets.
Here for Women's Rights.
Here we are in Tucson at the Women's March. There's over 5,000 people here.
We're all fighting for the same thing, equality.
From Melbourne, Australia to Denver, from Pittsburgh all the way to Antarctica. But so many of those protesters coming from all around just to march here in Washington. By plane and trains.
I've been on this train for about 4.5 hours now.
And buses, like this group calling itself the Faithful Nine, among 54 people to board this bus from a speck of a town in the Rust Belt called Yellow Springs in Ohio. Julia badly injured her ankle earlier in the week, so the community pitched in to get her here, even with that wheelchair.
The wheelchair and a lot of our tickets donated as well, so we wouldn't be here without a lot of the women that weren't able to go that donated tickets and things to us as well.
The faces in this massive crowd, old and very young.
You know you have the best seat in the house right now.
And Matt joins us now live from the scene of today's march. There were so many people out there, it took them a lot longer than expected to get to the White House, Matt?
That's right. There were so many people, those crowds so thick that formal organization essentially broke down. So folks were told to make their way to the White House.
Conflict of interest, homophobia, sexual assault, transphobia, white supremacy, misogyny, ignorance, white privilege. I'm not as nasty as using.
We have to take over the Democratic Party. God bless the Democrats who fought with us, who've done so many good things. It's no knock on them. But if you were coaching the women's basketball team, twice in 16 years, my friends, we've won. and then lost. We've let this happen twice now in 16 years, where we win the White House, but they walk through the door. Are you gonna let this happen again in your lifetime? I'm not. I'm sorry, but the old guard of the Democratic Party has to go. It has to go. We need new leadership. We need young leadership. We need women leadership. We need people of color. We need gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender. I support Keith Ellison as the new DNC chair. He is a great organizer and our only Muslim member of Congress. Number 6, to you from the blue states and the blue cities, don't feel alone. You have a job to do. We're going to look to you over these next, let's just say, months. I heard on the radio this morning that Las Vegas has already placed odds on how long Trump's going to last in office. They only give him 4-to-1 odds to last only 6 months. That's pretty good. You have to form regions of resistance. What that means is this. For the young people, let me give you a little history lesson. Roe v. Wade, that made abortion legal in this country in 1973, did not happen in a vacuum. It did not happen by itself. It happened because our 2 largest states in 1970, 3 years earlier, made abortion legal. New York and California. Employment for gays and lesbians and others. Show the rest of America how it works. If you're a city in a red state, if you live in Detroit, God, that's painful to say that Michigan is a red state. But you live in a blue city in Michigan. You live in Traverse City, Michigan, a little town. Bernie got 70% of the vote in that little town. Form your region of resistance there. Say to the people in power, you are not going to come to my city and take my Mexican brothers and sisters away. I will stand in front of you, non-violently and peacefully. The other night I asked 30,000 people in New York City, who will join me to block the George Washington Bridge, the Holland Tunnel, and the Lincoln Tunnel if the federal government comes to take our Mexican brothers and sisters away? 30,000 people say, I will do it. You have to be willing to put yourself on the line. It's that important. The next thing on the to-do list, you have to run for office. You, yes, you. Now I can see your faces. No, Mike, not me. I'm shy. This is not the time for shy people. Shy people, you have 2 hours to get over it. If you knew me, seriously, if you knew me personally, you have no idea how shy and what an introvert I am. I know it doesn't make any sense me saying that, but if you knew me, anybody know me back there? How true is this? When I was 18 years old, I was a senior in high school, and I couldn't stand the principal or the assistant principal in their backward ways. I decided to run for school board. I was only 18. I called up the city clerk. I said, what do I got to do to run for school board? He said, well, you need to get names on a petition. How many names do I need on the petition to run? 20. 20? To run for school board? 20. I'm like, I know 20 stoners who will sign anything. I got the 20 signatures. I ran. I won. I became the first 18-year-old in the state of Michigan to win public office. I did this. I'm shy. I only went on 2 dates in high school.
Healthcare as so all of this is to say, my sisters and brothers, powerful, and we are a force that cannot be dismissed or written off onto the sidelines. But I've got to tell you, what we all know is this: we've got our work cut out for us, and it's going to get harder before it gets easier.
Denver.
I have to make an announcement. Please pay attention just for 1 second. Kate Stroud from Charlotte, North Carolina, who is blind, has been separated from the people that she came with. She's in all black. She has a pink hat, a pink backpack, a pink cane. If you came with Kate Stroud, she is on stage right. Come to the back of the stage. Again, Kate Stroud to the back of the stage. We have her. She's safe. We just want to reunite her. Thank you.
Hello! Unbelievable! Look at this! I can't even see the end of the crowd! Unbelievable! We're going to have 1 million people here today. Look at this. My name is Michael Moore. Okay, we got through day 1. We're in day 2 now of the Trump tragedy. Who wants to be in my next movie here? So I woke up this morning, picked up the Washington Post, and the headline read, "Trump takes power." I don't think so. Here's the power. Here's the majority of America right here. We are the majority. New president vows to end American carnage. Mr. Trump, we are here to vow to end the Trump carnage. I'll pick that up later. Recycle. A reporter asked me on the way up the stairs here, what do you hope to accomplish with this demonstration? I said, well, I would say, if you just look that way, we've already accomplished it. The majority of Americans did not want Donald J. Trump in the White House. And we are here today as their representatives. Okay, I don't want to give the standard demonstration speech. You got a lot of great speakers here today. Oh my God, I got to listen to Gloria Steinem. How cool was that? I would like to give you a to-do list of what we all can do starting immediately. Real things that we can do. Are you with me on this? I'm going to go through them very quickly. Take notes if you want, but I'll post them on my Facebook and Twitter, and you can follow it there. But we have to get busy, folks. We've got our work cut out for us. Number one, this is what I want you to do. I want you to make this part of your new daily routine. I want you to call Congress every single day. Every day. Each of you have one representative in the House and 2 senators. They have a phone number. I'm going to give you that number right now. Are you ready? It's easy to remember. 202-225-3121. Can you repeat that with me? Ready? 202-225-3121. Now you do it. Go. What are we going to do with that number? When are we going to call them? Every day. That's right. Every day. It's so easy, my friends. If you're watching this at home, there's a human being that answers the phone. They pick it up. Even if you don't know who your member of Congress is, just give them your zip code. They'll connect you to the office. It's that easy. It'll take 2 minutes. Each day, I and others are going to be posting things for you to call Congress to do. On Monday, call them and tell your senators, and you get them at the same number, we do not accept Betsy DeVos as our Secretary of Education. 202-225-3121. I will post, this is my commitment to you. Every day, I will post something on Facebook or Twitter. Other groups are doing the same thing. Actiongroups.net, go to them. 100daysofresistance.org, go to them. Indivisible, go to them. Lots of groups are doing this. Follow them and call your member of Congress, call the 2 senators, and you know what? That's only 3, there's 5 days. On the 2 other days, call your state representative and your state senator on the other day. I'm telling you, these calls work. When they tried to get rid of the government, the Congressional Office of Ethics 2 weeks ago, we got online and the switchboard was jammed and overloaded. We shut it down with phone calls. 2 hours later, they pulled back from closing the Office of Government and Congressional Ethics. That's how powerful you are. Make it part of your daily routine. What are you going to do? Wake up, number 1. Number 2, brush your teeth. Number 3, make the coffee. Number 4, walk the dog. If you have a cat, just stare at it. Number 5, what are you going to do? Call Congress. Make it part of your day. Don't even think about it. Part of your day. Every one of us are doing it every day. They won't know what hit them. Number 2, the second thing I'm going to ask you to do, Join. Join, join, join. Join groups. Join Planned Parenthood.
Fundamental principle that we matter. Women matter. And we will not be shy about standing up to what matters to us. And here's what matters to me. Inherits a world where a healthy environment is a basic right for all of us. For all of us, no matter where we live, what we look like, how much money we make, or how we vote. A world where the rights of communities and tribal nations are held first, not last, and polluters come second. A world where we don't have to worry about a mosquito bite when we're pregnant, or that our children will come down with asthma because of dirty air. A world where young people rise up to tackle the greatest single threat to your generation. A world where young people rise up to tackle the greatest single threat to your generation, climate change. That is the world that we are marching for today. Because right now, we are facing a government that is putting polluters first and the rest of us at risk. Just look at Flint. An entire town poisoned by a governor who took a page out of the Trump playbook. Poisoned by a government looking to cut corners. Poisoned by leaders who value their bottom line more than the health of their citizens. Poisoned by officials who still haven't owned up to the damage they have done.
In Washington, D.C., we're a little unique. We're a city, a county, and a state. We are 680,000 people strong. Yet, we don't have a single vote in that Capitol building. And that injustice must end. Already, an emboldened Congress continues to threaten the rights of women. Year to year, they tell us we can't use our own money to support low-income women and their health care. And now they want to make it permanent. You tell them to leave us alone. Leave us alone. So we know there's Women's March on Washington. When the president needed help with that Congress, he counted on mayors. And mayors have to stand up for immigration rights, for reproductive rights, for LGBTQ rights. We have to stand up to fight climate change from the mayor's office. And we have to stand up for public education because that's what our kids need. So let me just say this, because this is what we tell the Congress, and this is what you should tell them from your states. The best thing the federal government can do for us is leave us alone.
I'm a nasty woman.
We believe that every young person is entitled to get an education without getting crushed by student loan debt. We believe in debt-free college. Now I'm going to say something that is really controversial in some places in Washington. We believe in science. climate change is real, and we have a moral responsibility to protect this earth for our children and our grandchildren. We also believe that immigration makes us a stronger country. We will not build a stupid wall. And we will not tear millions of families apart. Not on our watch. And we believe that sexism, racism, homophobia, and bigotry have no place in this country. Black lives matter. Diversity makes our country stronger. We believe that equal means equal. And that's true in the workplace, it's true in marriage, it's true every place. We will never stop fighting to ensure equality for all of our citizens.
The nation will judge you by virtue of your race, by virtue of your creed, by virtue of your country of origin, and you will be placed in a national registry. Donald Trump has a dream that one day our nation will have no more Muslims, or mosques, or Social Security, or Planned Parenthood. Are you ready to fight in 2017? They want the rich to get richer and the poor to get sicker. I know one thing. Martin Luther King and all of those preceding generation of revolutionaries who stood on this ground would want one thing. They would want us to fight. Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to give it everything you've got for the next 4 years so that Donald Trump is just an asterisk in history? Thank you all for everything that you...
people at Pershing Square. So it'd be interesting to see what like more than 100,000. And I can tell you when you judge these things around 500,000, and then later we got numbers that were much lower than that number, but it wouldn't surprise me if it grows to more than 100,000 when we get the official numbers. But I read a few things on judging the size of crowds, and it's really not easy. But the movement is happening, but there are some areas where you can't move. I mean, how do you go up Hill Street? Broadway's closed at a certain point, so they're not allowing you to go just wherever you want, because that would be chaos. LAPD in certain areas, but it looks to me like you just can't get half of these people around City Hall. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, and especially as we have more and more flow, more people coming.
Going to be marching up towards City Hall. They've got the podium set up where all the speakers were,
Equality. We will continue to rise until our voices are heard, until our planet's safety is not deferred, until our bombs stop dropping in other lands, until our dollar is the same dollar as a man's. And we continue to recognize that, yes, we can. Until everyone respects Mother Energy and everyone with a belly button must agree. So I need you to repeat after me. We are here.